Deep beneath the Earth's surface, where darkness reigned and the weight of the world pressed down upon us, we were miners. Our lives revolved around the depths of the earth, where precious metals and untold riches lay hidden, but nothing could have prepared us for what we would unearth that fateful day, an ancient, sealed chamber that held an otherworldly force. The mine, known as the Blackstone Quarry, was a labyrinthine maze of tunnels and chambers, and we were the miners who toiled day in and day out to extract its treasures. For years, we had ventured deeper and deeper into the earth, our pickaxes and lanterns our only companions in the suffocating darkness. It was during one of our routine excavations that we stumbled upon the sealed chamber. It was unlike anything we had ever seen before, a massive stone door covered in mysterious symbols that seemed to writhe and shift before our eyes. It was as if the very stone itself was alive. Curiosity got the better of us, and with a collective effort, we managed to break through the ancient seal, revealing the chamber's secrets. As the door swung open, a rush of cold air filled our lungs, and a sense of foreboding washed over us. The chamber was unlike anything we could have imagined. Its walls were adorned with intricate carvings, depicting scenes of a world that was both beautiful and terrifying. Strange, otherworldly artifacts were scattered throughout the room, their purpose and origin a mystery. In the center of the chamber, there was an altar, upon which rested a crystalline gem that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. It was the gem that drew us closer, its mesmerizing glow beckoning us like moths to a flame. As we approached the altar, a sense of unease washed over us. We could feel the room's oppressive atmosphere pressing down upon us, as if the very air had become heavy with malevolence. But we couldn't tear our eyes away from the gem, its beauty and power too alluring to resist. One of our fellow miners, a man named Jacob, was the first to reach out and touch the gem. As his fingers made contact with the crystal's surface, a shockwave of energy rippled through the chamber, causing the walls to tremble and the artifacts to vibrate with an eerie resonance. In that moment, Jacob's eyes glazed over, and a look of rapture crossed his face. It was as if he had been possessed by a force beyond comprehension. His body began to change, his limbs contorting and elongating in unnatural ways. He let out an otherworldly scream, a sound that sent shivers down our spines. We watched in horror as Jacob's transformation continued, his once human form twisting and warping into something grotesque and otherworldly. He had become a vessel for the ancient force that had been sealed within the chamber, and it was clear that he was no longer one of us. As we backed away in fear, Jacob's gaze locked onto us, his eyes now a sickly shade of green, filled with an otherworldly intelligence. With a voice that was not his own, he spoke, his words a chilling prophecy of doom. "The Abyssal awakening has begun," he intoned. "You are all chosen to serve." The other miners and I fled the chamber in terror, leaving Jacob behind in his wretched state. We sealed the chamber once more, hoping to contain the malevolent force that had been unleashed. But it was clear that the gem's power had infected us all, and we could feel its influence growing stronger with each passing day. Over the next weeks, we began to change, just as Jacob had. Our bodies underwent grotesque transformations, our limbs elongating and contorting, our skin taking on a sickly pallor. We could feel the ancient force taking hold, possessing us, and we were powerless to resist. As the transformation continued, our minds became clouded, our thoughts consumed by a single, insatiable desire, to unearth the sealed chamber once more and release the full power of the Abyssal awakening. It was as if our very souls had been enslaved by the malevolent force, and we were its willing servants. One by one, we succumbed to the darkness, our humanity slipping away as the force took control. We formed a twisted bond with Jacob, who had become our leader, our puppeteer. Together, we ventured deep into the mine, carving a path through the earth with our bare hands, driven by an otherworldly compulsion. It was during one of our frenzied excavations that we uncovered the chamber once more, breaking through the sealed door with a surge of unnatural strength. The gem on the altar pulsed with an otherworldly light, its power overwhelming. As we approached the gem, our transformation reached its climax, and we became grotesque, otherworldly creatures, barely recognizable as human. With a collective effort, we raised the gem high above the altar, and as it bathed us in its eerie glow, we felt the full force of the abyssal awakening coursing through our veins. The world around us shifted and twisted, reality itself warping as the ancient force took hold. We were no longer human, we had become vessels for an unimaginable power, a force that defied the laws of nature and reality. With a triumphant roar, we unleashed the power of the abyssal awakening upon the world. The earth itself trembled, and the mine collapsed in on itself, sealing us and the malevolent force within its depths. As I write these words, I am no longer the man I once was. I have become something else, something beyond human comprehension. My existence is now bound to the darkness, and I can feel the malevolent force of the abyssal awakening reaching out, seeking new vessels to possess and transform. If you ever find yourself near the Blackstone Quarry, stay far away. The ancient chamber remains sealed, but the power within is a force that should never be unleashed. The abyssal awakening waits in the shadows, hungry for new victims, and it will stop at nothing to consume all who dare to approach.